And then I watched this game last year, and I thought that the inefficiencies of the Bucks running backs were really on display. And I think this is the week Gio Bernard snaps kind of elevated. And he's at 4,200, and I think his ceiling projection is probably like 19 points. I think the snaps, like if you're playing the big Millie, 250K, the snaps are going up. Like they have to go up at some point. They're going to go up. These running backs are so bad. I watched this game last year. That it was when you realize that Fournette and Ronald Jones can't catch the ball in the backfield. They're missing that scat back that Brady's had pretty much his whole career.
It's the final countdown. It's Holden. It's DC. Stevie Boynton's with us. Stevie had if I saw correctly, you had a nice little night last night. Would that be correct?
That would be correct. Yeah, it was a long time coming. I think took down the four-seamer and a couple other smaller contests here at the end of the season with little smaller prize pools. But we'll take it, though. It was nice. It was fun.
Congratulations, buddy. It's always good. Stevie Boynton winning some cheese last night, and we got DC over here. DC, the Rockies and the Nationals will be starting back up in about 15 minutes. But how's it going, man? We got a 13-game slate and 1, 2, 3 more slates to go before it's all over.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm excited for this one. Only a few big slates left of this baseball season. It's been, we talked about it yesterday. Baseball is a long, long season. It's a long grind. But we'll miss it when it's gone. I know I will. I'll miss it the day it's gone. So trying to enjoy these last few and, get some more winning days in there. Stevie, I didn't realize you won last night. Congrats. First of all, you said the four-seamer. Which one is that?
It's the $4.20 max.
Nice.
Every time, I've won it a couple times this year, and every time I try to use it to complain to DraftKings that, the prize pool is so shitty in it, and it fills like 5 hours early every single day.
Yeah. well, maybe if there was more teams, you wouldn't have won. You never.
Yeah, right. That's true.
DC, I was told during the show started, you didn't know Steve won money. I didn't know you're doing stuff on Saturday night. I thought you were raging with Pirates. So obviously that is not happening. What are you doing Saturday nights here for Run Pure Sports?
Yeah, I think if you, if you made it to the beginning of the show, you saw the promo video, me, Bobby Gomes, Snyder, sometimes Tambo stops in there, a Millie Maker roundtable, where we're kind of discussing mostly DraftKings, Millie Maker strategies, our plays, all that good stuff. So check that out. That's 8 Eastern time on the YouTube channel. Of course, it's a Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. And then you can play it back, but it is a premium show. So I guess you'll have to be a member if you want to check that one out.
Okay. And if you're not a member, if you're not a member, there's still time to get in. I mean, basically from here on out until the site crashes like 50 years from now. But RPS Heater 25, and now you're still getting a lot of the good stuff. You're getting the end of baseball. We'll also have baseball content and the playoffs. I don't know if we'll have free shows, but we're definitely going to have content behind the paywall. We have our core plays, which, we've given out free on this show a couple of times this year, but all of our analysts give their best teams. They leave 3 or 4 spots open for us because we're not allowed to give all the lineup, and that's what you get. And you get a million more things. And last but not least, the like button would be nice. Not too many more free shows because there's not too many more baseball shows. That's what it is. We'll be doing some football shows. And of course, I was told today, is this right? The NBA is just 2.5 weeks away. Like I thought we had a month. We don't have a month, do we? Holy crap.
Yeah, it's back to starting at the regular times. Same with college basketball. Pump for that.
I got a text from my sister last night. She was like, oh, I guess she got Kraken season tickets. She lives in Seattle. It's like, oh, there's a preseason game on tonight. I'm like, are you kidding me? So the NHL preseason has started. And then how long we got till college basketball, Stevie? 6 weeks?
I think it's 6 weeks from Tuesday is the Champions Classic.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. So there we go. The spiel is out of the way. If K Fallick is around, K Fallick, if you want to hop in, by all means, please do. Really, if anybody
5 minutes holding and
RPM,
you're already calling for reinforcements, you're that bored by me and Steve?
well, I mean, look, dude, look, we got an hour.
Usually,
to go through
you get through the first 10, 15 minutes at least before you're calling for
Oh,
other
no, we
people to
definitely
jump
need
on
some
here.
help here with this crew.
Yeah.
There's just who was on with us yesterday? I don't even remember. Who was that?
That would have
Who
been
was-
Gary.
Yeah, Gary was on.
Gary didn't have a good night last night. Oh boy. Yeah, he probably did though, because his team won. So who the hell cares? You guys got any bets in for tonight before we move on and talk about this DFS slate? Any bets in baseball?
I have a
Yes
couple
or no?
bets tonight.
What do you got?
I took Yankees first 5. You don't see Cole around a coin flip first 5 very often, so I had to jump on that. Not a huge believer in Barrios anyways. I took Atlanta first 5. Fried's been on a roll, and I think they get to Nola here. And the Brewers team total over 3.5 are my 3 bets for tonight.
Okay.
I do like the Brewers.
Speaking of the Brewers, what's up with pitchers just punching walls all the time? It's just the dumbest thing ever. I mean,
Man,
I'm
that
glad
is-
they're not punching other people, but how many baseball players in general have to miss time for punching walls? Like, this is a huge loss for the Brewers in the
It's a brutal
playoffs
beat
now,
for them, man.
right?
Yeah, I mean, that's arguably their second best weapon of their team is how good their bullpen is, and just lost their probably second best piece.
Who was it? I missed the news.
It's Smith,
Evan
right?
Williams,
that's it,
when they
Devin. Oh,
clinched, yeah, he was drunk and he punched a wall or something during their
What a
celebration.
ding-dong. Yeah.
Usually
I
it's
mean-
Usually it's you hear like a starting pitcher has a bad outing and then they break their hand and sometimes they make up an excuse, right? Like they're like, oh, he's playing video games. I think they did that with Luzardo, or like he hurt his hand taking off his shirt. That was one earlier in the season, but I'm not used to the celebratory punch a wall. Usually
No.
it's an angry thing.
Yeah, no, it was odd for sure.
Maybe it's a fake story. Maybe he was trying to kill somebody and they just said, hey, he was just punching the wall. Have you ever
Like,
broke
look.
anything? You guys ever broken any bones? I've never broken a bone.
I actually have not.
I've broken bones, but not punching walls.
Yeah.
No. What'd you break? A fibula, a tibia, a hand?
My ankle.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
Broke it? Like you can break an ankle? Just what did it do? Fracture?
Yeah, fracture my ankle. Yeah.
Oh, sounds miserable.
Or you're
All right.
like skiing or something?
I was actually. This is embarrassing. I mean, I've played decent high level of soccer, but I actually broke my bone playing softball, rounding first, and it's just like I don't know, just landed on it wrong, rounding first, and my right ankle just kind of snapped a little. It was gross.
You're not getting any younger. I mean, 18 months
This
ago,
is a
I
long
shot
years- a long
basketball
time
and my
ago, but yeah.
Achilles blew out. It sucked. Getting old sucks, man. Just bad shit happens when you're not even doing it. Like I didn't even hit a wall. I shot a basket and it just went down. You're running around first base. Stevie, it's coming, buddy. Don't worry about it. Your time is going to come. Okay. Like button, 41 likes. That is unacceptable. We're doing these shows for you for free all season long. Give us a little love. Bottom right-hand corner, subscribe. There's a sideways triangle. That is not an isosceles triangle, though, is it? What is isosceles? Like one of the things is longer, so it's just a regular one.
Yeah, I think that's
Wanted to
right.
let you know that.
I haven't thought about isosceles in a while.
I'm not gonna call. I'm not gonna try to correct you either way. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You don't
I think
know. do you?
isosceles
Right.
is two are long and one short.
Yeah, one
right?
short,
Yeah,
right?
that sounds
When's
right.
the last time you guys used a protractor? Do they use protractors anymore, Steve?
Not where I work.
Okay. Could you imagine like whipping out a protractor? What is
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab my protractor. Let me dust it off.
All right,
measure
let's
this
get into this.
I feel like there are certain jobs that still need a protractor.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Engineering.
Uncle T, you're invited to the show too, unless you're just going to be a big pussy and sit here in the chat and complain about me all day. Okay, all you got to do is say, Simon, send me a link, and then you come on and talk baseball.
I
You
think
probably
Uncle
did-
T.
did who did the playbook?
I
today?
think Uncle T did the playbook. So
Oh,
yeah,
well,
we definitely
wonderful.
need his input.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Uncle T, there's still 2 days after today, so I might check out your playbook at some point in time this season. But We'll get around to it. Come on, Uncle T, let's go. Get on the show. So we'll start a pitcher here. We got how do you pick these guys tonight, DC? Holy moly. Cole, Nola, Rodon, Scherzer. Oh, goodness gracious. Please talk to me about this top shelf. Really, from Barrios up, 8, 9, and up. Barrios, Garcia, Montas, Nola, Cole, Rodon, and Scherzer.
Yeah, it's a pretty great group of pitchers. And honestly, there's a lot of cheap guys I like too. So there's a lot of ways you can go at starting pitcher. I mean, for me, it's got to start with Max Scherzer, right? I think he puts the nail in the coffin in that Cy Young season. I think he gets it anyway, but it's his last start of the year. Close out the Padres here. And I don't know. We've just seen him be so good in the Dodgers uniform outside of his last start at Coors Field. Give him a little pass on that one, I think. And yeah, I think Scherzer. I mean, Carlos Rodon, I worried about the pitch count a little bit, right? Chicago, nothing to play for. He's got a lot of innings on his arm this year. I think they'll kind of back off. Garrett Cole, you can make the argument for him, but for one, I don't think he's at this very moment quite on the caliber of level of Max Scherzer as a pitcher. And two, the matchup stuff, in my opinion, against Toronto, who's got everything to play for, of course. Nola hasn't been great, gets a tough offense against the Braves. So for me, even guys like Montas is good. Garcia would be fine. Barrios would be fine. But for my money, I mean, Scherzer kind of stands head and shoulders above the field.
Scherzer, head and shoulders. We can go down a little bit lower, but Stevie, who's at the top for you tonight? I mean, you're betting on Cole. Are you rolling with Cole and DFS or two separate situations?
Yeah, so I'm with DC. I think Max is on, his own tier, probably locks up the Cy. A little bit of a bummer. I've got Burns, Cy Young at 20-1. That's probably going to, go up in flames tonight. But yeah, Cole's right next to him. And I'm seeing him coming in under 10% owned tonight. Really interesting spot for him. Taillon left that start in like the second inning last night. They burned the bullpen a ton over the weekend too. I mean, this is the type of game that the Yankees paid $330 million for Garrett Cole for. I would be shocked if if he's pitching decently, if he doesn't go 7+ here. I'm seeing him under 10% right now. I'm going to play 20 lineups again. I'm not sure if he's like a single entry type play. I would definitely use Max over that, but I'm definitely going to be over. I'm seeing 8% on Cole here. Just, I think he's a big game pitcher. It's a big spot. I want to be over the field on Cole for sure. Dropping down a bit. I really like Eovaldi here in Baltimore. Another team with a ton to play for. The Red Sox seem to be pressing a bit after the weekend. I watched that whole game last night, just some nervous at bats, lots of early count pop-ups and stuff. But so Eovaldi, his price came down after that kind of clunker in his last outing, but just an awesome bounce back spot. O's have been striking out a ton. He has a 2.8 FIP on the season, kind of like the underrated ace of the 2021 season, I think. So he's my second favorite pitcher behind Max up top.
Okay. DC, you want to go through the rest of the pitching here?
Yeah, I'll kind of second the Eovaldi call. I mean, we saw him face Baltimore a couple starts ago, hit a 21% swinging strike rate in that start, 70% first pitch strike. He's been going strong, and I would expect Eovaldi to have a good finish. So I like that call with Eovaldi. I think he is absolutely kind of in that next tier after Max. I think you could make a case for Eovaldi over some of the guys priced above him that we talked about in the top tier. I think Eovaldi kind of deserves to be priced there. Beyond him, I mean, there are still, in my opinion, plenty of more options. You have Alex Wood in San Francisco. He's been solid these last 5 starts, hasn't been below 12.6 DraftKings points in any of them. His pitch counts have been a little bit suspect. So that's the worry there, but huge favorites the Giants are, and Arizona has a tiny team total in San Francisco. So I think Alex Wood is interesting. My guy, Logan Gilbert, I think is a good play here, especially in tournaments. 7,600 on DraftKings for Gilbert. He's finishing strong to the year. He gets the A's who, it's not a bad lineup by any means, but they kind of have fallen apart a little bit down the stretch here too. I think Logan Gilbert finishes off his impressive rookie year with a solid start against Oakland. And then I think another chalk play will be Taijuan Walker at home against Miami, 6,600 on DraftKings. Miami, another team with the team total below 3, I believe. And so you can get a pitcher in Taijuan Walker who does have not below 3.2 for the Marlins, but a talented pitcher who does have strikeout stuff against a strikeout prone Miami team. You're at home in New York, good pitchers park. I think you could go to Taijuan Walker. So I can go on. Michael Pineda, 6,100 against the Tigers, I think is interesting. He's been solid this season. I think this is even a slate where if you want to, you could go with 2 cheap pitchers and completely load up on bats. I think that's a viable strategy on this slate, even though I really like Max Scherzer all the way up top. I like Eovaldi in the middle, Gilbert in the middle, Taijuan Walker, Alex Wood, Michael Pineda. And that's not even mentioning, the top tier of Rodon, Cole, Nola, Montas, Garcia, who are all pretty good plays too. So
yeah, it's a great pitching slate for sure. I think the Taijuan thing is the biggest decision of the slate, just because I think that he is going to get some ownership. He projects really well. He's just been so bad. I was looking at some, first half, second half splits, in the first half, his xFIP was around 4. It's like 6 since July 1st. The Marlins have been a team that have kind of picked off some of these like cheap pitcher that projects well spots in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use some of Walker, but I don't think that he's some slam dunk cheap play. I definitely like Logan Gilbert more. This is a guy that I know that we've been on pretty much since he debuted DC. Pitching well. He's been really good at home. ERA under 3 at home. Seattle has just completely ended Oakland's season over the last 3 weeks. I think they've won 11 in a row against Oakland. Just completely buried them. I was watching that game late last night, because I was sweating my lineup, and that team is loose, man. I think that if the Orioles keep giving those teams in the East some trouble, I think Seattle could sneak in here. Just something about when there's a lot on the line, playing loose, and just it seems like they're kind of free rolling and they know it.
The Mariners actually still a 14% chance to win the wild card according to FanGraphs playoff probabilities. So they're still fighting hard. The A's are now eliminated, I believe, from all playoff contention. Like you said, Seattle basically ended their season. Mariners got to win. This A's team, a very, very disappointing end to the year for them.
Yep.
You got your young ace on the hill, right, for Seattle for a home game. They let him throw 110 pitches last time out. I think if he's rolling, they'll let Gilbert go here. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I kind of, playing a little narrative street there, I guess. But I like the stuff anyway. Yeah.
I think that Gilbert is a much better pitcher than Walker. B,
100%.
B, I think he's gonna be way less owned. And it's only 1,000 difference. You can find that. Especially late in the year, we're going to go through a couple of lineups that have got a bunch of cheap bats. So I think, with the secondary stack that you pick, I think that you can find that 1,000 to go from Walker to Gilbert. And then one last guy I'll mention, just because, we've been using cheap pitchers against the Angels for the last month. I think that Hearn is in play at 5K. Really? We used some AJ Alexi last night. He was actually in the lineup that won the 4-seamer for me.
What do you like about him? Just go into that for a sec.
I don't think that Hearn is terrible. I think he's got some talent. They're letting him go 80, 90 pitches. He's 5K. So, if you want to do a full stack of Boston or the Dodgers, you can do it with a Max or a Cole if you use a Hearn. You don't need 20 plus from him at 5K. I think I got 12 and a half or 13 from Alexi last night, and that was perfectly fine. And the Angels are just a horrendous baseball team right now. They're striking out a ton. They're in the bottom 10 and weighted runs created plus, ISO, all of the offensive stats. That ballpark's a cave. I'm not going to play a ton of Hearn, and I wouldn't have him if I was playing one team, but I think I'm going to mix him in probably in those Dodgers stacks, because I do like the Dodgers a good bit tonight.
Just got some news here outside of today's pitching slate. Shohei's done. Not going to pitch Sunday against the Mariners. That's obviously going to help the Mariners' chance of getting the playoffs if that game matters. 9-2, 3.18 ERA, 156 Ks, 130 in the third innings. That's impressive.
Yep.
Twatty's in the chat. What up, Twatty? Good to see you, buddy. Seattle's lineup isn't scaring anyone. I'm rolling with Frankie Montas tonight. Okay.
They've scared people for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You're on the wrong side of that one.
As much as I'd like to see a Yankees Red Sox 1-game playoff, it's just been so long for the Mariners. It's been 20-something years, 20 years. And they were close last year. And now they're a half game back, man. I know there's 14% DC, but it's got to be like 40%. They're right there. They're just right there. And if Boston can't hang on, that could happen. I was
hoping Toronto would beat the Yankees last night, so we would have 4 teams within a game. That would have been awesome. Just a huge game for Toronto tonight. They're probably buried if they lose this game at home tonight.
So just a little game theory here. How do you guys see yourself double spending up tonight? And if you do, what percentage of your lineups? Or just no, flat out no?
Not for me. Not for me. It's I'm definitely going, below 8K on at least one of my spots. And considering both, I mean, you can definitely spend the salary on some bats, right? Like it's not at all hard to do. So those slates, I don't mind going with 2 cheaper pitchers. I honestly think, all 3 strategies, right? Two cheap guys, 2 expensive guys, or 1 expensive, 1 cheap are viable on this slate though.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I will probably have, in my 20, I'll probably have some Max Cole teams because I do like a couple of teams in spots today where they've got just super cheap lineups where you are able to play, a Max Cole or a Max Eovaldi, which, I mean, like the Indians and the Brewers are 2 of my teams tonight, kind of off the radar, but we'll get into that.
Okay, very good. RPS Heater 25% off first payment if you haven't signed up already. NBA's 2.5 weeks away. Our team if you think we're good at baseball and football, the NBA, we have just got some ridiculously amazing players here too. We got a free show, of course, you guys know about, and then the Up to Lock show, which is extraordinarily valuable as well. RPS Heater 25% off first payment. We got 69 likes. Let's get 100 and about 115 today. Let's get to 115. Been doing free shows for you all year long, grinding this thing out, and it'd be nice to show a little appreciation to the boys. Give us a little like there. That'd be great. Back to game by game. DC, we will start with you. What do we want to do with Boston tonight? Implied total is 6. They're going up against Lowther. I mean, is this just another great spot for Boston?
It's got to be, right? They disappointed a little bit last night. We did get the Hunter Renfroe home run, but for the most part, you didn't want too much Boston, I don't think, on your lineups. But it's another bad lefty on the hill. I mean, the situation really hasn't changed. Like you said, it seemed like they were pressing a little bit last night. I mean, that could be the case again tonight, but it's kind of a bridge too far, right? To be like, this Boston team is too nervous to take on the Orioles pitching staff in Camden Yards. Like, I think I'll bet on them coming through in this instance. So I love Boston. They are, they're my number 1 stack tonight.
Number 1. Let's go through the lineup just real quick, and some of the guys that stand out the most to you.
The top 6. I mean,
that's it.
Renfroe and Xander Bogart. Renfroe in particular, I think, is maybe the best play on the board.
Yeah,
or close to it anyway. And then Bogarts, JD Martinez. If you want to go all the way down to 9 for a wraparound, I don't mind Jose Iglesias hitting 9th for 3,100. He's got a little bit of pop at least. But mostly it's the top of the order.
All right, Stevie, what do you got from this game? Any Baltimore bats to get crazy with, or just Boston?
No, I'm all over Eovaldi here. I think he pitches well. I think Boston's got to be the top stack again after they disappointed last night. Stinks that we don't get Schwarber in there. The lefty always under-owned in a popular stack. I used him last night. But you do have Devers, who's at 5.2. I'm not sure if he'll be super owned because it's lefty. I probably play more lefty than most. Renfroe, definitely my favorite bat here. Been crushing lefties all season. He's the same price point as Kike Hernandez. Definitely prefer Renfroe in the 2-hole over Kike. Kike's been a little quiet since he came off the IL. I'm not sure if there's like an injury or something going on there.
Okay. All right. So we're done with the Boston-Baltimore game. Guys in the live show chat, by all means, feel free to start asking us questions. We'll get to the free chat questions before everything is done. K. Fallick is playing with the children. Oh, K. Fallick playing with, you know what, K. Fallick, that gives you a free pass. You play with the kids, you can't come on the show. The kids are more important than the show today, at least for you. Kyle Sexton, wake up, Holden. I'm very, to be honest with you, yeah, I took a nap before the show. I got 20 minutes. I got a power nap in. I'm still waking up.
You were considering the lie, and you're like, no, I'll admit to it.
Yeah, I'll just admit. I got to admit it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's brutal. Big T. If you are a member, get in the baseball chat, not the baseball chat on the bet side, the DFS baseball chat. Big T just put a message down in there that I think you're going to want to see. So subscribers, go into the baseball chat, and Big T just gave you a little bit of news that you can use. Yankees, Blue Jays, stay away spot here. Steve, why do we want to target Cole and Barrios?
So I'm high on Cole tonight, so I won't be on Toronto. I think the Yankees are interesting here. Obviously, huge game. I haven't been the biggest believer in Barrios kind of all season. I think that the Yankees could do some damage here, and I don't think that they'll be owned. I know that we have some people at Run Pure that are going to be on them. I mean, Judge and Stanton are as hot as they come right now. And it's Cole, so you get Higashioka catching, which is nice. He's always cheap. I probably prefer them as, a secondary or one-offs, just because they tend to hit, a bunch of solo bombs when they do score. But I think the Yankees are at least in play here as a sneakier stack.
The Yankees. Ooh, how about Stanton, DC? Homers in 4 straight. Can we roll a little Stanton tonight or just fade it?
Of course, man. He's just on fire. Like, we've seen this from a lot of players this season. I mean, we saw Joey Votto back in July, maybe, where it's just like he's just on fire and he can't be stopped, and you just get locked in. I know, people will try to argue hot streaks aren't real, and
they're real.
We're watching one. I don't know. So I kind of
remember that time Ohtani hit like 20 home runs in 5 games, and Vlad Guerrero, and like you said, Votto. Hot streaks are more than real; they're super real. But I mean, will you have any exposure to Stanton tonight, or just other places you got to go?
Yeah, I think I'm just playing a couple lineups, so I don't think I'll get there. Barrios, on paper at least has the stuff to handle this Yankees team with his best pitch is his breaking ball. Could throw his fastball for strikes. That can work against guys like Stanton and Judge, but not if they don't go after that outside breaking ball. And right now they're seeing the ball well, right? So they're not really chasing. And listen, you get down 2-0, 3-1 to these guys, you got to come in with the fastball, and that won't end well for Barrios. I've also seen Barrios struggle against the Yankees in big spots. The Twins, just over the course of the years, the Twins have just been manhandled by the Yankees for years and years in the playoffs. I've seen him go up against this Yankees team trying to, pull out a big game, and just hasn't worked out. Kind of could, I know he's on a new team now, but it just hasn't gone well for him in the past. I could see that here. So I'm not on Barrios. I think he'll do well enough where the Yankees aren't the stack that you want. But like we said yesterday, I said I wasn't on the Yankees overall, but if you want to go to Stanton or Judge, like those are the guys that you want. That hasn't changed. So I don't think you want to full stack the Yankees, but if you want to mix in those guys, by all means, I think that's a good way to go.
Back to the big guys.
Yeah, I mean, of the studs up top, Barrios just doesn't scream like big game pitcher to me, DC.
Agreed. No, he's not. Yeah.
I feel like he has come up short in these big games just time and time again.
He could get blown up here. I think it's possible.
Florida Click in the premium chat. Thoughts on a Willie Calhoun 2K one-off? Any reason to go there?
I mean, I'm fine with a 2K one-off basically anywhere if it gets you where you want to be. Yeah. I like
Cole
Calvin too.
Schuler is getting married Saturday, and he's trying to ship before then. First of all, Cole Schuler, congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. Second of all, do a prenup, especially if you hit this, because if you hit a big amount, she's going to take it from you. So by all means, prenup it up. Win tonight.
What if she has more money than you? Do you still want a prenup?
Are we speaking out of experience here, Holden?
Yeah, I'm speaking out of like a $400,000 chunk payment to my ex, so she'll leave me alone for the rest of my life. So yes, in all seriousness, get the freaking prenup so you never have to deal with that, my friend. Cole, congratulations. Go have the craziest sex of your life. Then make sure you get the prenup.
Yeah, then get to work.
Then get to work. Correct. That's actually, congratulations, Cole. In all seriousness, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Get married's fun. It really is a good time. Stevie, hold on. You still haven't gotten it done yet, have you? When are you getting it done?
Next summer.
God,
we're in no rush
from now. Yeah, so there's time for you to get out of there.
There's still time.
Michael Smith, favorite of the 3 Cardinals cheap outfielders. Can you pick them out for me? Favorite of the 3 cheap Cardinals outfielders.
Yeah, I know K Falik is on these cheap guys. So the Cardinals clinched last night, which is why they've got this shitty lineup out. But with shitty lineups come cheap players, and Hauser can't really get lefties out. So I don't know. I would say Carlson and Nootbaar. If I was playing Cardinals, I'm not personally playing them. But
I remember this from past seasons of MLB DFS. You have to go and you gotta do some extensive research. You gotta get on Twitter. You gotta be searching these guys' names. You gotta try to find, is there any video of the after party after the game? See who's drinking champagne, whatever. And you don't want the hungover guys in your lineup. That's the key to this one. So
you don't want the Devin Williams in your lineup here.
No. Lars Nootbaar, he doesn't seem like much of a partier to me. So Nate off for 2,300. There you go.
Yeah, I would only play the lefties though against Hauser.
Yeah,
that is terrific. That is terrific. Okay, only the lefties against Hauser. Well, there you go. There's the answer to your question. Like button, guys. All we need is 19 more in your set. 19 more in your set. And yes, Steve Anthony, Al Bundy advice. You know what? The older I'm getting, I'm starting to learn that I'm a little bit more like Al Bundy. There's no question about it, man. It's a little bit sad to be honest with you too, but it's true. Jay, hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? How are you doing, guys? How you doing, DC? How you feeling today? He's asking a serious question.
I'm good, man.
Okay. It's good to hear. How about you, Steve Anthony? Are we okay?
Well, I'm not sure how Steve Anthony is, but I'm good.
Steve Boynton.
Yeah. I'm good except for missing out on the White Sox presale. For the postseason tickets. That was a bummer today. I'm gonna have to pay out my ass in those StubHub fees, but it is what it is.
I thought you were a Cubs fan.
No.
Aren't you a Nationals fan?
I just moved here 2 years ago. So, I'm more of a White Sox fan than a Cubs fan, I guess. I have more friends who are White Sox fans. Let's put it that way.
Jesus Guzman just writes Matt Carpenter. Okay. Thanks for dropping random baseball players.
He is still in the league. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Appreciate it.
Can't get behind that one myself.
Mike says, laughing my ass off. Watch the celebration if you don't think Nootbaar is a party guy.
Well, okay, I didn't watch it. I guess he's telling us.
Time to, hey.
Nootbaar's off the list. There we go.
Do your research, buddy. You're supposed to go look at the post-game celebrations to figure out who's going to be good today.
I'm telling other people to do it. You got to delegate your tasks.
Yeah.
That's
what management's all about.
Yeah. Go study the celebrations. Yeah. See if anybody breaks their hand punching a wall. See if anybody's too wasted to play today. Yes, Steve, Anthony, Al Bundy is an icon. Jay wants drug addicted, alcoholic, whole pizza eating lovers on his team. Who's he talking about?
Apparently Lars Nootbaar. I don't know, but I'll bet it was one hell of a celebration after winning 17 straight to clinch the playoffs.
Big T.
Well earned, yeah.
Holden as the dustiest relationship advice. Listen, just a bitter man with some good shtick over here. That's all I can say. Bitter with some good shtick, Big T. You're just going to have to take it. The thing that drives him nuts is when I bring up married guys with kids, and they act like they're just banging their wives 3 to 5 times a week. And it just doesn't happen. It's factual, Big T. You know this. I know this. You can get upset at me all you want about it, but it's 100% factual. DFS Dom. Dominic or Dominatrix? Owen Miller and Jose Ramirez, or Trey Turner and Jack Mayfield? 2v2. Miller, Ramirez, Turner, Mayfield.
So I'm on Dodgers as my top stack tonight, and Trey Turner's on fire right now. But the Indians are also one of my 5 teams. So that's tough for me. I'll let DC go on that one.
I'll go with the Trey Turner side. I like him a little bit better. Both of those other guys, I think, are salary savers, right? That's kind of why they would be in your lineup. So I'll take the guy I like better. That's Trey Turner over Ramirez.
Oh, great point, Titletown. Steve did start the year as a Cubs fan, and now he's a White Sox fan.
So I just put this in the chat. So DC would say it on every podcast when we were doing the morning pod, and I just never said anything about it. I just kind of let it go. So definitely not a Cubs fan.
You could have corrected me at some point.
Yeah. So I grew up in the DC area with like Orioles season tickets. So Orioles fan at heart. So they'll be kind of like the Cubs for the next couple of years. The Cubs will be shitty too.
You got to make up your mind, man.
But good seats. That's the only thing. You get good seats at the Cubs games. You get good seats at the Orioles games. You're getting good seats at the Nationals and Rockies game too today. So that was pretty good. I wish we could bet a large amount on the over. Get out of here, Big T. There's no way you're banging your wife of so many years with 3 kids 3 to 5 times a week. Get out of here with that. And Uncle T, you could take that and shove it too. Go hang out with your nephew. Give somebody a nice little mustache ride while you're at it. Oh, no, you don't do that. Miami and the Mets. Can we just cross this game off? Can we just cross it off? Steve, are you going to give me a name?
For bats? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Like we were saying earlier, I think the decision with Taijuan Walker is super interesting because I think he's going to be pretty popular here, and he's just been so shitty. I'm going to have some of him just because he's so cheap, and the Marlins are striking out a ton. But the Marlins have been a bit pesky in these exact spots with like high-owned kind of shitty pitchers.
Okay. DC, can we just move on? We don't have to do this, do we?
We can move on, yes.
Thank you. Philly, Atlanta. I mean, there's a lot on the line here. Philly is just limping to the finish line, though. The Braves are going to wrap this thing up very soon. So do we want to target anybody against Fried or Nola? To me, it seems like a game I don't want to deal with, but can we dig up a gem here? Either one of you.
It would be the Braves guys, I think. I could see the Braves getting to Nola here, right? I mean, he's had a lot of bad starts down the stretch. I still think the primary skills are intact for Nola, but the fact is, the Braves at home are just so good, and they've seen Nola a bunch, so I wouldn't be surprised if they got roughed up. In terms of the Philly side, I'm not really on it, kind of fading Fried and the Phillies both, which is a little bit scary, but big slate, so can't play everybody.
No. Can't do it. So let's get out of here with that game. I don't think anyone Detroit and Minnesota. So we're not doing anything Detroit. I mean, they're trying. So let me get to this question in the chat before we get into this game. Thoughts on the Twins against Casey Mize? Noah James asked that. Well, good timing, Noah, because we're going to talk about the Twins right now. The Twins are going up against Mize. Buxton is up at 4.8. Sano, Jesus. It's just like one swing and he pays off. So, DC, this is your team. You want to pour one out for your homies and throw a little Twins in there today, or a complete fade?
I think they're decent against Casey Mize. Team total over 5. They're still running out there, pretty strong lineups overall. A lot of good hitters in that lineup. So, yeah, I could see them getting it done. I'd probably rank them 3rd or 4th on my stack list. So, yeah, no problem with them whatsoever.
Little mini stack?
Yeah, for sure.
Stack?
Yep.
Yeah. Boynton, give me the rundown.
So usually in the last week of the season, we get a couple of these like shitty team shootouts where it's like both teams are out of it. The pitchers are done for
Rockies,
the year,
Nationals.
and it just goes wild.
Steve,
Yesterday,
I don't know if you got this on. They had a rain delay. It's 5-4, bottom of the 3rd, bases loaded, 1 out.
Something like that.
Yeah,
just like
like a 20-run game.
Was it like the Cubs and the Pirates yesterday? It was like 8-7. You know,
that was fun.
I think that we're going to get a couple of these this week, and this is a good spot for one. I think Pineda's kind of a little over the hill. He's throwing like 86. We know Mize has been bad, and he's on a short leash with the awful bullpen behind him. They didn't quite make my cut today, but I was kind of debating using them all day. So yeah, I have no issue with using either of these teams, but probably more so on the Twins side.
Very good. RPS Heater 25. It's 25% off your first month's subscription. So make sure you sign up for that, or you can just go and get the DFS and the bet side together. The bet side's been on fire just as much as the DFS side. So go do that. If you're already a subscriber, get bets. Noah James said, hey, thanks, Holden, for getting to my question. You got it, Noah. Now go sign up and get a subscription. Uh-oh, that's it. We hit a nerve. Tony's here.
I mean, I'm impressed. It only took you like 3 minutes to see me.
Somebody
this time.
said
Usually
it in
it's
chat.
like 10.
Someone said it in chat.
So you got tipped off.
Oh, is he there?
It's my favorite part about coming on is seeing how long it takes you to realize that I'm actually on. I need to like ask, like, why do you think married people don't hit the workbench? Like, I don't get it. I can't process what you're saying.
I was 5 years with 2 little kids.
That's though. You didn't get the job done.
3 days a week.
He's got the one-man sample size of himself.
Yeah, it went from 3 days a week.
Small sample size there.
That's it. You cannot tell me that the sex does not go down in the years in this.
I mean, at the beginning, you're going like every day. Like now, like 5 times a week.
You're getting laid 5 days.
Like
a week.
What's your number? Like seriously, like I'm being serious.
I would be happy with 2.
I'm being serious. Like how many times do you think? Like because you say there's no way 3 to 5. So in your like, how many times am I going a week?
Once in the shower.
Once?
Yeah.
Once the whole week?
Once in the shower.
Yeah.
I'm
at 3,
week.
So 3 to 5 is in there.
You're 3 to 5 of the week.
I think 3 to 5 is a good. I mean, sure, there's some weeks it's not 5, but it's always at least 3, 4.
It's amazing. You can find time for that.
It takes like 5 minutes. So I'm not in there for an hour.
What are you doing this?
Would you rather have 2 that last 2 hours or 5?
No, I don't want 2 hours.
No, I want 0 that lasts 2 hours.
No. It would be 2 for 1 hour sessions twice a week, or 5 little itty bitty ones. I'd rather have the 2 big sessions.
Yeah,
I know.
itty bitty.
I want all itty bitties.
You don't want to put Tony.
All itty bitties.
What is your effort level for 5 minutes?
Oh, you can get after it for 5 minutes. That's what happens. The ladies like it too, Holden. Stop. The ladies don't want it to go on for an hour and a half. Stop.
Well, an hour and a half is too much. An hour and a half is too much. Quickies are fine, but you got to get a nice session in there. You can't just do 5-minuters.
I mean, every once in a while you go like 15, but you're never making it out of 15. What are you doing, Holden? What are you
doing? 15 minutes. What is
getting
foreplay for you? Hi, bend over. I mean, what is that?
Holden's in the courting phase. He's like lighting the candles, getting everything set up. I think he's counting that as part of the hour and a half.
Holden is in the minority of everything. Like, there's no way, dude. I just refuse to believe dudes are going outside the 15-minute window.
Yes.
Like, I refuse to believe it.
Why?
Because I refuse to believe it.
Right,
like, I just refuse.
You can refuse to believe it all you want, but being in it longer is better.
Yeah, but how come you don't have repeat customers then?
What do you mean repeat customers? What does that mean?
I'm just saying the ladies I've been involved with are happy with the production level.
Very happy. I go down on them at least. Sometimes they're gonna go, hey, Tony.
That's where he's wasting his half an hour, Tony.
That's
right. I mean, you're
Tony.
Down there for 45 minutes. No wonder.
That's the best part of it.
Damn scuba DC. Expedition down there.
That's the best part.
Oh, DC's got to weigh in here. This is terrible.
I don't even know where to start with Holden, man. I got so many things to say. The longer it goes without me saying anything, I'm like trying to think back to the beginning of the conversation because he's had like 13 bad takes in like 2 minutes, and I don't even know where to begin over here. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted by Holden.
My favorite is when I say something and Tony just goes.
I just
buries his head in his palm, just like
you probably seriously muff dive longer in a week than I've done in my life. Like, come on,
you're missing out, pal.
I'm missing out.
good. It's good for your face too. It's good for your skin.
It's good for your face.
It's part of his hygiene rotation.
Oh,
And Holden's got a very, very intense hygiene rotation, right? He's got all the essential oils and everything.
Yeah.
Very important essential
From the
oils.
muff dive, it's all good.
You have to add it to part of your rotation, I guess, Tony.
Cole Schuler, after 15 minutes thinking about my next build, I'm thinking about my next build for the upcoming slate. Kudos, Holden. You're welcome, Cole, and enjoy your marriage, buddy. Enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful time, and someday you're as lucky to get 6 5-minute sessions in a week. I truly hope that pleases both sides. That would be amazing.
Definitely goes up when you're on vacation too, right? Like
What's
vacation,
that?
yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
I will say,
vacation?
like, yeah, the time frame. Well, the time goes a little longer too on vacation. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe you're just not scared of making a mess. I don't know what it is.
But you got less to do too. There's less on the to-do list for the day too.
Yeah.
Tony, it's the venue. It's just a new.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just a new place to ruin. So it's
and you just want to just tear it up. So
tear it up, right? Yeah. You're right. You
guys are right. You definitely produce better on the road for sure.
Double sheet? Did you have like a double sheet delivery, something like that?
I mean, you can always get new sheets. Is the good part about the hotel.
Yeah, Chris, that's right. Great moisturizer. All right, so let's get back to the baseball. That was a good.
I was going to make a bad baseball joke to that.
And hit the like button while you're at it. That'd be good too, just because of our amazing conversation. So we were on Detroit, Minnesota. Are we done with that now, boys? Can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to get Tony's thoughts because we've been talking about the Taiwan Walker spot. He just projects so well for the spot. He's so cheap.
I mean, you guys know by now what I do. Like, I just go with the projection, and I do think you can clarify a little though. His schedule's been murderer's row, and now now he gets a cupcake. So I don't know. Whenever a guy's super cheap and he's over projected, I just play him. So whether it's right or wrong, it's just what I do.
I'm playing some of them, so
I mean, it's been bad though. He has been a lot of these games like this year though, where we have the same conversation, like he's been terrible, but his projection is huge. For the most part, the guys
have done well. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously he could get blown up, but he's 6,600. So I'll just take my chances.
Dude, this is so much fun. Coors going full Coors on the final game of the year.
Is it crushing today? What's the score?
6-5 in the third.
That's what I did yesterday, man. I was all in. Come on.
I know.
Just so much.
Was
fun
Freeland yesterday or the day before?
Yes,
Freeland was last night.
God, Freeland's been so good to me all year.
So good.
Like, God, he's been good.
He was good again yesterday.
You just can't hit him. Like, he just doesn't get hit.
Steve, besides for Lars Nootbaar, is there anybody else you're high on from the Cardinals?
Steve's
actually ended up with Lars Nootbaar as the last man in one of my teams I just built. So, I think he's in play.
Milwaukee, St. Louis guys, anything?
Are they still on this win streak? Is it 18?
17, but they clinched last night, which is
they
why
lost last night.
No, they
clinched.
clinched last night, which is why they're playing all the bumps tonight. So I like the Brewers here a bit. Look at how cheap they are. The Cardinals clinched last night, and I think that they kind of make like the double spend work pretty well. Like if you want to get different and play a Cole and Max team, you get Jace Peterson leading off. Adames, Yelich, Escobar. These are the lowest prices that we've seen on the Brewers for a couple weeks now. And I just think it's a good spot. Michaelis is really bad. The Cardinals are going to coast the rest of the season. Definitely not, like a preferred single entry play, but I think that they work well on this specific slate just because of the pricing and the matchup.
Okay. DC, were you uncomfortable? Quentin wants to know.
Uncomfortable with what?
Yeah, uncomfortable.
No. The answer would be no.
Okay. Do you have anything from this game?
The Cardinals Brewers game?
Yeah, it's the one we're talking about.
No, not really. I'm mostly fading this game. I don't mind the Brewers call. Jace Peters. I mean, the Brewers are super cheap, so you can get a cheap stack there and double spend it at pitcher like Steve said. I think that's a reasonable way to go. Jace Peterson in particular. Bat and lead off 2,200 seems like a really good play.
DK single.
That's a big T platoon play right there. Jace hitting lead off against the righty.
I don't like it tonight, but I do like it. Yeah.
DK single entry, Gilbert and JD or Walker and Judge. That is CC Kings.
God, man, JD Martinez, man, he's the highest.
He's been
owned.
bad, dude.
He's been so bad, and he's always the highest owned against these friggin' lefties. Where like tonight, he's gonna be one of the highest owned again, and he just hasn't done anything. Like, get me off of him.
I would much rather play Renfroe. I mean, they're the same price. I would play Renfroe over JD.
Believe it or not, it's so annoying though with my original core, which if you're on the site, you saw it. I couldn't get Renfroe and it was tilting me.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have the 100 and it was just, I finally pivoted as I said in the chat, but it was frustrating at first because that 100 mattered.
Yeah. This is the exact type of 2v2 that DC and I were talking about earlier. You know, we're high on Gilbert. He's exactly 1,000 higher than Taiwan. So, you know, you get a 2v2 like this. I mean, I prefer the Renfroe Gilbert side. Obviously Judge is on fire. And I think that Walker, since he projects so well, is a good play. My side would be the Gilbert side just because I have a lot of him tonight. And I think Renfroe is hitting a bomb off the lefty.
Okay. All right. Next game would be the Angels and the Rangers. Anybody got anything from this? Or then again, we can go after my boy Junk. Why not? Any Rangers here, guys?
Kind of tough for me to play bats in this park on a 13-game slate with these two shitty offenses.
Okay. DC, I'm going to say you're the same way then.
Yeah, I mean, we got a Jack Mayfield question earlier. He does have some power hitting third base. Doesn't seem like the best position to me. He's 2,600. So if you need a punt, I think he's a good way to go, but yeah, this game's pretty gross.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Cincinnati and the White Sox. Steve, since you're a diehard White Sox fan, do you want to take this first?
Yeah, it's just an interesting game. The White Sox got it done for me last night. Gray's been kind of up and down. I'm not on him tonight. Not on bats on either side. This is going to be a short start for Rodon. And as we know, the White Sox have the best bullpen in baseball. This game is a fade for me for bats.
DC?
Yeah. I would be on Rodon here if I wasn't concerned about the pitch count. So I'm not going to go to any Cincinnati bats. I expect him to pitch well for as long as he's out there. And yeah, Sonny Gray, I mean, I think if I was going to go to the White Sox, I might just go full stack and hope the bad Sonny Gray can be pretty bad, right? Where he's just like walking everybody and he can't get through 3 or 4 innings. White Sox have, you know, the horses to punish a pitcher who's struggling with his control, but they're just better spots on the slate.
Okay. K Hill 10 in the premium chat. Judge and Dalbec or Renfroe and Rizzo? Judge Dalbec, Renfroe, Rizzo. Ooh, I love Dalbec tonight.
I think Renfroe is a priority play on this slate. Personally.
The funny thing is, I think Rizzo's the nuts too. So I definitely like that side.
I like that
They're
side.
All good.
Yeah.
They're all good. Okay.
I like Rizzo a lot. I like that call, Big T.
Tony, do you have anyone from any of these games here? Milwaukee, St. Louis.
I said it in the chat. I'll give it for free I'm just on the Yankees in Boston.
Okay. Okay. Very good. DC, Tampa Bay, and Houston. The Astros rolling out the big guys tonight, so that's good to see against Rasmussen. I don't know what you want to do with Tampa Bay, but can we figure out a bat or two from the Astros that we want to go with?
That'd be kind of the same thing as yesterday. Alvarez and Kyle Tucker, the two lefties against Rasmussen, but I just don't love going up against the Rays and their bullpen and how good they are with analytics and the matchups and all that.
Yeah, this game's a pass for me. There's some of the late night games that I do like though.
Yeah, you want to pass on Cleveland KC too?
I do like the Indians just real quick. Like I said earlier, if you're playing a bunch of teams, they've got a bunch of cheap pieces and Lynch can't get righties out. They've got 9 righties in their lineup. So I do have interest in the Indians if you're playing a bunch of teams. What I was going to talk about is the Giants and the Dodgers, who I think are both in really good spots tonight. Not the best weather, but, you know, there isn't great hitting weather on the entire slate. So, you know, the Giants have been red hot against righties. Merrill Kelly has been absolutely awful since he came back from like that month-long COVID. absence. I think he's had 2 starts. He's gotten blown up in both of them. The Giants are cheap tonight. Arizona used both of their lefty relievers last night, so I think that makes guys like Wade and Yaz a little bit safer. Their prices have come down, and they're just smashing. I mean, it's a huge game. They have to win these games. So definitely on the Giants, who will be basically unowned again. And then the Dodgers, I'm really into too, against Ryan Weathers, who we know is awful. We've been picking on him all season. They're super expensive. This is why I think that Hearn is in play. If you're playing like a 5-man Dodgers, Trey Turner, probably my favorite individual play on the slate.
Okay. We've also got Arizona, San Francisco. Oh, Steve, come on. You want a late night bet? We got the Giants with an implied total of 5. Come on.
I just talked about the Giants for 2 straight minutes.
I didn't listen to you.
I was just talking about how much I like the Giants because they're
actually,
cheap and they have a high team total.
Daryl Henderson. Come on, man. We got 2 days left in baseball. Daryl Henderson.
I don't give a shit about Daryl Henderson. It's Wednesday.
How could you not care about Daryl Henderson? Good God, my friend. Hey, did you speak about him too, DC, or what?
What's that?
Did you talk about the Giants?
No, I didn't.
Why did you talk about the Giants, Steve? I didn't even bring them up.
Because it's 5 minutes before lock, and I wanted to talk about 2 of the teams I liked instead of the freaking Royals.
All right, DC.
Yeah, Giants give me Lamont Wade and Brandon Crawford. If you're going there.
Thank you very much, DC, for getting through that very quickly. Do you have any Doyers, DC? Any Dodgers?
I do. I love the Dodgers. Trey Turner in particular. Steve mentioned him 44 times this show. I'm sure you didn't hear any of those holds.
I had no idea.
Trey Turner, strong play tonight. Mookie Betts, Will Smith. I mean, all those guys for the Dodgers look good against this downtrodden Padres team.
Okay. Cheeser in the premium chat. Cole and Ahmed, Rosario, or Eovaldi and Bogarts. Hey, guess what? Stevie's on Eovaldi. I listened to that, but he also likes Cole. So what do you got here, Stevie? Bogarts, Eovaldi? Rosario?
Probably, yeah. I would probably go that side. I definitely have teams with Cole and
he changed it to Max. Now he's Max and Rosario or Eovaldi and Bogarts.
I'm super high on Eovaldi here. I think he has a great outing. So I'll take the upside at both positions there.
Teresa O'Brien giving us the winners here. White Sox, Giants, and Braves. Beautiful. Love it. Absolutely love it. If you have any questions.
Those are 3 of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah. It's a good way to go, right? You got any and a whole bunch of emojis. I've been trying to do some homework on these emojis. I'm not very good at them, but thank you very much, Teresa, for the winners there. We appreciate that. Any questions, the free chat or the premium chat, that's fine too. I think that's it, right, Steve? You don't have Oakland, Seattle, do you?
No, but we are on Gilbert.
Yeah, but we're talking off. Yeah, offense. That's fine.
Yeah.
So before we give the plays of the day, let me remind you, free shows all year long. Come on, where's the love? All we need is 9 more. We wanted 115 likes. We've got 3 days. So we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too. So I guess we got 5 days, but 3 more days, 2 more days after this of these free shows during the week. So let's go get up to 115. We'd love that. Noah wants to know your bets again, Steve, if you want to give those away for free.
Yeah, let me pull them up 1 sec.
Yankees, you had Yankees first 5.
I have Yankees first 5, Atlanta first 5, Brewers over 3.5 team total.
Okay. DC, who's your play of the night tonight? Who's most exposure tonight?
Trey Turner. I'm with Stevie on this one. I think he's the top overall play and maybe the top one-off too. I mean, the Dodgers will have ownership, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy. They have to avoid Trey Turner because he can obviously do a ton of damage by himself on the base paths or with power. So maybe I shouldn't take the one of the top plays on the slate as my guy, but he's the one I want in my lineup.
Steve, you just want to go to Lars Nootbaar? Or something else?
I was actually, well, you asked highest exposure. My highest exposure is Trey Turner. But I'll go with Franmil Reyes. I think that he's a great play against Lynch here, who gets absolutely crushed by righties. He's a bit priced up, probably super low owned, and he's one of the guys on the slate who can easily double dong. So I'll go with Franmil here.
Hey, Tony, how much exposure you got to Giancarlo tonight?
I mean, I got him on all my teams because he's
Every
going to hit a bomb again.
100%.
Yeah,
Did you see the bomb that he hit last night?
I love it. What?
Did you see the pitch that he hit the bomb on last night?
Yeah, he golfed it out.
A change up like a foot off the plate.
He's the streakiest hitter of all time.
Oh, yeah.
When he's cold, you just don't play him. And when he's hot, you just play him. And it's super easy.
He's the easiest guy to use or fade for sure.
Yeah. And he's dialed in right now.
Because it's clear as day when he's lost, he's like way lost too.
For sure.
Is he your best? Is he your play? Would that be it? Your big play?
Me? I mean, Judge and Stanton are definitely my two guys that are going to be low owned and going to do good for me.
You're not going with Plawecki tonight?
No, he's going to be owned though.
Yeah.
Versus Boston. Yeah, I like Plawecki, but he might actually be somewhat chalky.
Let me see how much I have. 15% Plawecki.
I like that. I just built more. I got 4 teams. I had to build a Montas Gilbert team with you guys because that weather's nasty there. I mean, I can't see how they score in that game.
Yeah, I think Gilbert's a great play tonight. And I think he's going to be like 10% owned.
I hope so.
Yeah. I like Montas with him though. Montas been dealing.
Yeah, he has.
Hey, Styes wants to know DC's favorite catcher play. What do you got for one-off catcher?
I kind of like going all the way up top here if you can get him. I mean, Salvador Perez. I mean, what a just absolute monster this season. I think he's only got a few days left in the season, but I think he's got a home run or two left, and it could very well come tonight. And then I think you can, if you want, go all the way down, punch it at 2K for Cal Raleigh. He's for the Mariners there. But yeah, the middle range looks kind of rough to me. So I either kind of want to save the salary or go up to the top dog.
If you stack the Dodgers, there's not a way you get to a top SP1. Is that true? If you're stacking the Dodgers, you can't get up to one of the studs.
I have a Dodgers team with Garrett Cole, so that is untrue.
I don't believe that.
The Dodgers haven't been the winner in like 2 months. Well, we've tried to make them happen every day.
I know their lineup's so good.
Their lineup's the best, and they're going to win the World Series. Like, they got the best team. But as far as DFS, like, they literally haven't been the winner in 2 months, and we play them every day.
I actually haven't been playing them much, so I haven't gotten my ass burned as much. And, man, it's just a great spot. So
it's a great spot every night because their lineup is the nuts.
I was going to bring up, too, is, these teams that get really close and then get eliminated late just completely give up. Like the Padres in the last week, we saw the Reds last night just completely give up, because they got eliminated yesterday. I think that like the teams that are like way out of it, like the Tigers or the Twins, I think are better plays than these teams who are just freshly eliminated like last minute.
I agree with that. I think there's big edge in that too. I've been taking advantage of the Reds for 3 weeks now because they've quit.
Yeah.
They just haven't hit in a long time.
Reds and Padres have been dead, and I think that they're going to just completely give up on the season here the last couple of days.
Uncle T says a live golf show is starting at 7:10 Eastern, so less than 8 minutes from now, with him and Tambo and maybe Big T. Are you showing up, Big T?
I'm not, because I'm doing the NFL show tonight. So I'm not going to sit on here all night long.
Yeah, too bad.
I got to go watch Bryson too. He just finished his first pod. He's in second. If he wins this long drive,
he has to get one of his 3 to 5 knocked out before the show.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but
got to stay on schedule to get 5 in a week.
Keep my pace.
Yeah.
So,
I'm still mind blown that Holden doesn't think anyone gets action.
Well, it's not anyone. Single people have lots of the sex, but again, we're going to go around.
Single people have more sex than married people.
Yeah,
it's hilarious
married,
to me.
Look,
how is that possible?
Steve
Holden?
Anthony, single guy. Now he is technically.
I would take Steve getting more action right now in his relationship than if he was single. Are you kidding me? Not paid. I'm not talking about paid. I'm talking about just action.
He's single. He's not married.
Steve is not single. I've seen his lady.
They're not married.
I don't care if he's in a relationship. That's the thing.
So then that's different. Relationship is different.
Oh, stop.
Relationship's different.
There's no way
Kids,
a
not
single
good.
person has a better, unless they just suck on the bench and they don't get it done, then sure. But there's no way a single person gets more tail than a married person. I don't believe it. I don't.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe it.
I know
Yeah,
a lot of.
there's no.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
so
it's
many
there-
married people that don't
It's
even have
there
sex.
every night, not like
Tony?
your one date every 4 days. You
Yeah.
know,
There's so many married people that don't
Well,
even have.
then they're
sex.
not getting the job done, Holden.
They're
That's a
not.
different discussion.
yeah, we're
How's
not
that
talking
a
about them here.
We've got to take them, Steve. We're not going to talk about
It's
them.
literally there every night. I just can't comprehend what you're saying.
I know it'll be a conversation.
Like when you're single, you go through droughts. You go out, you don't get the job
Oh
done. Like,
yeah, definitely.
that doesn't
But-
happen when you're married. Like
Oh, it
there is no
absolutely
drought.
does.
Only
You go
the
through
Holden.
the droughts. You're
I just
tired.
don't.
You're tired. Your kids are sick. You're fucking working 12-hour days.
Yeah,
don't
but
have
you
time.
got 5 minutes in. Yeah, you always got 5 minutes.
I
in.
don't
He
have
needs an
5
hour and
See,
a half, DC. You don't remember?
All of that is the reason why you do 5-minute instead of 2
That's yeah.
2 hour
like
session.
that.
You
I
know,
don't like
2
that.
hours.
I
it's
don't
just
want
much.
2 hours.
Ain't nobody got time for 2 hours.
45 to 60 minutes. That's perfect time. Okay.
That's
And I'm not
35
talking
minutes
like
too long.
I'm not talking like just hammering away for that long. You can hammer away for 5 minutes, but at least have some fun. That's all I'm saying. All right, whatever, guys. We're done. Make sure you listen.
Nothing
to-
I enjoy more of those DC's reactions to you talking.
Yeah, he
It
definitely
literally is my favorite part of any show. Just his reaction.
he just doesn't understand. He's just,
Well,
what is wrong with this
I'm
guy?
glad someone's enjoying it.
Well, listen, guys, we still got, and ladies, we still got 2 shows left. We're going to bring this to you Thursday and Friday also. So you'll have 2 more shows. Hit the like button on the way out. You get a chance to listen to our podcast. I just taped one with the young guys with Rubio and Title, NFL Spread Pod. That'll be out tomorrow. And the Wishbone is out right now. So
Wishbone's
go take
been getting a
listen.
lot of good feedback with you guys not talking as much football and actually getting into story time.
You
We don't
what's
need
funny,
football
though?
talk. We need
Like the-
stories.
Yeah,
The
story
one
time's the
comment
best.
we had last week was go 35 minutes in if you want to hear football.
Yeah. Uncle T was very offended when I said I loved the podcast, but I had to turn it off once the football talk started. He didn't
That's what
like
they
that.
do.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't need to hear Tuesday football takes. I want stories.
Okay. Well,
Give me
that's
this football takes
Yeah.
come Friday. I'll take
Holden
football takes
wants-
Friday.
Wednesday, team by team, Daryl Henderson reports.
Yeah, he was
so
stroking
he's got
himself, though.
3.5 days to think
I'm
about
so
if he's going to
excited
use
about
them or
that.
not.
You guys just you need more effort in NFL, Steve. I need more effort out of you, buddy.
I've been hitting the player props.
Simon, get us out of here.